So my name's Larry Organ, and I founded the California Civil Rights Law Group about 16 years ago.
My name is Simone Nunley, and I am an associate attorney at the California Civil Rights Law Group.
My name is Bernard Alexander. The firm is Alexander, Morrison & Fair. We're down in Los Angeles. I co-counsel on cases with different firms, and Larry and I have been friends for a while, and so I came up and co-counseled on this case.
The case is Owen Diaz versus Tesla, and the case is about race harassment that occurred at Tesla's Fremont factory in 2015 and 2016.
So it's Diaz versus Tesla. It is a relatively short-term employee, 9 months, Afro-American, who was subjected to racial harassment inside the workplace. Use of the N-word constantly, the N-word scrawled inside bathrooms, racist graffiti. That is essentially what he was subjected to virtually every day that he was inside the Tesla workplace.
Our Trial Lawyer of the Year nominated case is unique because it's one of the few cases against Tesla to proceed in open court. Normally, Tesla makes their employees sign arbitration agreements, and so the public never gets to hear about what goes on behind their factory doors. This case is unique because a jury finally had a chance to hear about their business practices.
I think there were a few, but the biggest pivotal moment was where the primary harasser, he was on the witness stand. Due to some orders that had been made by the court, we had not been able to take his deposition beforehand. So we were basically questioning him cold on the witness stand. We were able to kind of box him in as to the factual things, the timing of when things occurred, and at one point he explained this pickaninny that he had left for a client.
And while their attorney was questioning him, this harasser stood up on the stand and told the jury that he intentionally drew an imitation of a cartoon that was so racist it got pulled from American TV in the 50s.
The end result was largest verdict in a race harassment case in American history, and $136.9 million, $130 million of that was punitive damages.
The benefit to our client, obviously there's a financial benefit, but really I think for Mr. Diaz, he was so happy that he had an opportunity to really share his story, tell what happened to him, and shed some light on Tesla's practices to help protect other workers who are still going through the same thing.
The irony is all this stuff is occurring inside of, in the Bay Area. And it's a huge company, and it's symbolic that this company could be held accountable, because if this company can be held accountable, all companies can be held accountable.
I'm proud of this case because I think it sends a message to all corporations that the N-word and other racist conduct is not acceptable in the workplace, and hopefully it will deter future conduct.
I am always proud to be able to represent employees. Employees are the underdogs in all of these cases, and to be able to to use defense witnesses to tell the story of the client, and then have the client come in roughly at the end of the case and say, this is what happened to me, and have it corroborated by the defense witnesses. That is a victory, and that's what I enjoy doing. That's what Larry enjoys doing. That's why we do this work.
I'm really proud of the result of this case because, again, it really shed a light on Tesla's bad business practices, and they've been able to hide these for years by forcing employees to binding arbitration. And I'm particularly proud of my work on the case because it was my first trial, so I'm pretty happy to have gotten such a great result the first time around.
I'm very grateful for Larry and the management of this case. There were a lot of obstacles, a lot of things that could have tripped up the case. The case was built from day one to go to trial, and the decisions that were made before Larry invited me to come in and help him try the case were pivotal decisions that made it possible.
I'm really grateful to, first off, Mr. Diaz for trusting us with his case. I know that employees have a lot of options for where they go, and having him trust us with something that was so important to him is really monumental. And I'm also really grateful for the assistance of everybody in our office, but especially Mr. Organ and Mr. Alexander. They're both incredible attorneys, and it was such an honor to learn so much and be able to work alongside them.
Well, I'm grateful to my entire team and to my co-counsel, Bernard Alexander. We all worked seamlessly, and it was just a great team effort, and I'm gratified that we got the success we did.